Hello and welcome back to another episode of Inside Out. My name is Jasmine Bell.
And I'm Mariana Polonio.
And we're so excited to be bringing you all the information going on here at Minot State University. For those that don't know, Inside Out is a half-hour broadcast where we are sending it back and forth between amazing hosts, keeping you in the know. We have a loaded episode today, I'd say, starting off with Weather with Mia Thompson. We also have two amazing interviews and News with Josh. What else do we have on today's show, Ariana?
That's right, Jasmine. We have Owen back in the studio, filling you in with what's going on in the sports world. We are having a very honest movie review. And then we're going to have Sadie back with another album review. Jasmine?
It's going to be amazing. Let's get this show started with not sports, but weather with Mia Thompson. Take it away.
Thank you, Ariana and Jasmine. Guys, welcome back to your KMSU Beaver forecast, your update on temperatures and conditions and what you can expect on campus this upcoming week. Guys, today has been so nice. High of 70, low 33. Let's just keep this weather coming because up here in Minot, we need some vitamin D. But we have some decent weather in store, so let's get right into it. Starting off with Friday, we have a high of 64 and a low of 39, cloudy skies. And then on Saturday, same thing, but with a high of 50 and a low of 33. Then on Sunday, we have a high of 38 and a low of 26. Monday, high of 48 and a low of 25. And then Tuesday, high of 45 and a low of 28. I am loving this weather, overall decent that we have in store for us. And guys, this is the first time all semester that we don't have a snowy forecast on it. So I'm praying that it can only go up from here. But that is the damn weather. And now we're going to kick it over to our top 3 of the week, featuring yours truly, brought to you by Bear's Cat Bakehouse. Now, this week's top 3 are the top 3 grossest breakfast foods that you can buy. And I think we've all seen some pretty questionable food, like just in passing, especially like TJ Maxx or Ross. They all have weird like snacks you can buy. But these are my take on some pretty gross foods that you can, questionable really, that you can buy at your local grocery store. Starting off with number 3, we have Sour Patch Kids cereal. I love Sour Patch Kids. I think and especially the watermelons, they're so good. But making it into cereal with milk, sour milk, that sounds pretty gross to me, but I don't know. And then number 2, we have Chicken and Waffles cereal. Actually, this has some pretty good reviews overall. I was pretty shocked by it, but I don't know, something about fried chicken with milk also doesn't sit right with me or my stomach. Last but not least, we have pumpkin spice Spam. Now, this is a limited edition for a reason. Whenever I think of like pumpkin spice, I usually just think of like Starbucks ice, like chai lattes, you know, like not really canned meat. But again, that is a limited edition for a reason, and hopefully it stays that way. But again, that is our top 3 of the week. I don't know about any of you guys, but I personally will stay far away from any of these, especially if your breakfast food makes the cereal taste nasty afterwards. That's questionable in itself. But I'm curious, Josh, would you eat any of these 3 breakfasts?
No, not one bit. I'm going to stay far away, especially that Spam that just looked. No, not going to touch it. When it comes to news here around Minot State, we have a bit of action going on. To start us off, the Minot State University Criminal Justice Club is going to host a public presentation on the role of modern technology in the criminal investigations on March 19th at 7 p.m. in the Student Center Conference Center. Special Agent Alex Drosky of the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation will lead the free public event, which includes food and refreshments. Minot State's Cultural Intellectual Engagement Council is accepting proposals for the 2026-27 academic cultural projects, encouraging ideas ranging from guest musicians and artists to student-focused events and collaborative initiatives. Application details and examples of previously funded projects are available on the CIEC website. Proposals are due March 20th. The Minot State Symphony Orchestra continues its 100th season celebration of Ode to Joy at Anne Nicole Nelson Hall on Saturday, March 21st at 7 p.m. The evening promises an unforgettable musical experience, culminating in Beethoven's monumental Symphony No. 9, featuring over 200 area choir members. A pre-concert talk will begin at 6 p.m., offering audience members the insight into the evening's repertoire. Minot State's Gordon B. Olson Library will host local author and retired MSU writing professor Barb Solberg on Tuesday, March 24th at 2 p.m. for a presentation on her nationally recognized historical fiction novel, What We Leave Behind. Solberg will discuss the book's exploration of her Norwegian family's immigration story, which was selected to represent North Dakota at the 2025 National Book Festival. Attendees may bring or purchase a copy for a signing. Minot State University and the Retain and Graduate Committee will host a Rise and Grind enrollment event March 24th through 27th to help students register for the summer and fall 2026 semesters. Students can pick up a complimentary grande drink from the Sodesco Starbucks between 9 and 11 a.m. on the second floor of Old Main. Staff and faculty will be available to assist with holds, advising appointments, and class selection on the first floor. MSU and Shields will also give away 5 $100 gift cards to students who enroll during the first 5 days. Minot State University Honors Program offers 3 annual awards to recognize the contributions and achievements of the Honors Program students at MSU. Those awards are Excellence in Community Service, Excellence in Leadership, and Outstanding Honors Capstone. Nominations are now being accepted through March 31st. Visit the MSU Honors Program and Engagement and Scholarship website for eligibility criteria and to nominate deserving Honors Program students. And a couple parking notices going around MSU. First off, at the Dome. The Minot State Dome East lot, along with the lower section of the North lot, will be closed all day tomorrow, March 20th, for the 2026 Division Boys Basketball State Tournament. The second parking notice will be on Thursday, March 26th. Both the North and South Minot State Student Center administration lots will be reserved for the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association Conference. That is all I have for the news around the university. We're now going to send it to Aina, who has something from us from Japan.
Today, I'm taking you to the beautiful natural scenery of my hometown, Ibaraki Prefecture. At 10 a.m., we are heading to Daigo in Ibaraki. This town is home to Fukuroda Falls, one of the 3 most famous photo falls in Japan. The falls are located in the northwest of the prefecture, close to Fukushima. Many visitors come here in early November to see the falls surrounded by colorful autumn foliage. In January, the waterfall sometimes freezes completely and creates a magical winter landscape. After crossing the bridge, you can see the falls from the lower viewing platform. The close-up view of the powerful water and the sound of rushing cascade are truly breathtaking. You can also take an elevator to the upper platform. From there, you can enjoy panoramic views of the fall's 4 tiers from about 50 meters above the ground. On the way to the falls, you'll walk through a long tunnel that is decorated with seasonal displays and lighting, which makes the experience even more special. On our way home, we stopped by Mito, a city in Ibaraki Prefecture. Near Mito Station, you'll find several shopping malls and restaurants. Just a short walk away is Lake Semba, and the loop around the lake is about 2 miles. The night view is reflected on the lake, creating perfect symmetry. If you're visiting Ibaraki, Fukuroda Falls is definitely a place you shouldn't miss. Hope you enjoy my Japan trip, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
For those that don't know, printmaker Dave Dimarchi is a juror for the International Program for Paperwork's 2026 exhibition and will be auditioning a piece this week, working with students and attending the exhibition at NAC. We have him here today. Dave, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, to start off, as a juror for the International Paperwork's exhibition, what initially drew you to this opportunity?
I'd love to say coming to North Dakota, but it was a really great opportunity to come and see work from all over the world, to be able to look at work all over the world and understand what's coming out of people's studios, both locally, nationally, internationally. It was a really, really wonderful opportunity to see what's current in art right now.
You've been working closely with the students throughout this week. What has the collaboration process been like? What are some things you're hoping the students are taking away from this process?
I hope the students understand how fun print can be, that it isn't, for me, it's not such a technical process. It can really be a fun exploratory process. And I'm hoping that, doing a little demo with drawing students a little bit later this evening, I'm hoping they understand the real joy that can be had in printmaking, in the art of print.
So you're also working on a piece this week. What's that process been like, and what's some more information to come?
That's been great. It has been a little arduous, couple long days, lots of changes here and there, but it's been really great. I'm excited to finish up that edition later tonight, tomorrow, and get that one done.
Now, if I can get a sneak peek, what is this piece about?
So a lot of my work is about family. It's about my own childhood, growing up, queer narratives, family storytelling. So the work is full of symbology, or imagery that I use often in my own work. Ladders to show the support of my family, plant material for sort of me growing up as an outside kid. It's a bright, vibrant, colorful piece that I've had a whole lot of fun putting together.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
How important would you say programs like this are, where people or communities are able to bring in guest artists to build that community dynamic with artists amongst campuses?
Oh, I think it's one of the most important things our programs can do. Here on campus, I teach back at home in New Jersey. I teach as well, bringing artists who students don't regularly interact with, especially artists from all over the country, artists who work in different mediums than they might have been exposed to, feels like the heart of what an art program can be. The instructors here are fantastic. Being able to come and work side by side with them has been a really wonderful experience, and I'm really excited that I've been able to interact with those students this week.
Now, this event is not over. There is more time to participate. For those that might have been apprehensive, any encouragement for them to come on out?
Come out to the opening tomorrow evening, 6:30 at NAC. Tomorrow at noon, I'm giving an artist talk in the lower level of Hartshorn Hall. And come chat with me. I'm going to be in the print studio for the next couple of days, and I'd love to meet y'all, come to chat with you a little bit about what I do.
With those that have attended and those that plan on attending, what are some values you feel that they could take away?
Oh, I think just the experience of seeing artwork from all over the world, seeing sort of the best that this show can offer. I hope opens up minds to what art can be, how simple, how quiet, how loud artwork can be, and how thoughtful all of that can really be.
Well, Dave, thank you for joining me on today's episode.
Thank
now,
you.
If you have time this week, definitely take a moment to go and stop by, get more information, meet Dave in person. It was lovely having him on the show, and I'm sure you'll enjoy your conversation as well. Now, we could not do Inside Out without our Inside sponsors, so we're going to take a moment to thank them. We'll be back after this break.
You can go to the YMCA.
Qdoba Mexican Eats. Easy on time, full of flavor. Oak Park Theater, located 4th Avenue Southwest. Mix 99.9. Minot's Variety Station. Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Located 200 South Broadway. 97 Kids. Minot's Country Music Station. Bearscat. Fresh baked donuts every day, located on Broadway. Popeyes, where slow cooking meets Louisiana fast. 910 AM, KCJB, Minot's news station. KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits. SRT Communications, specializing in all of your phone, internet, cable, and security needs. C94, today's hit music station. Nice Impressions, located in downtown Minot. Fiance, specializing in all of your prom and wedding needs. 105.3 FM, The Fox, Minot's rock station. Minot State University. Be seen, be heard.
can stop now. It's fine, do something like that. You can stop recording.
Welcome back. Now, after that break, I do have a question for our sports reporter. Owen's back in the studio with us. Owen, question of the day. Are you participating in the Dairy Queen free cone tonight?
Well, Jasmine, that sounds like a fantastic idea, and it is 80 degrees outside, so I might have to take you up on that offer at Dairy Queen today. There's a lot of postseason action to catch up on, and we start our Minot State sports update today with the ACHA D1 National Tournament in St. Louis. The Minot State Beavers came into the final field of 24 teams as the #1 seed with a 27-1-1 regular season record. The Beavers were carrying lots of momentum from a conference championship, but also a lot of expectations. In their opening game, Minot had some trouble with 17th-ranked Missouri State. The Beavers trailed 2-0 after the first period, but would even the score early in the second. Fast forward to about 7 minutes remaining in the game, the Beavers picked up the go-ahead goal thanks to Jay Buchholz. 2 days after surviving the Friday night scare, Minot State would again fall behind early in the quarterfinals against Adrian College. The lower-seeded Bulldogs were able to get 2 pucks past Minot's goalie William Dyke in the first 40 minutes. On the other side of the goaltender battle, Adrian Traska had saved 35 of 35 shots on goal by the second intermission. Adrian sent in 2 more goals in the third period to end Minot's season prematurely. The Beavers' .914 win percentage is the program's best since going 35-3 in 2023. Minot State track and field athletes wrapped up the indoor season with a few all-conference marks and a new program record at the NSIC conference meet in Mankato. Peyton Toohey took second place in the men's 1,000 meter, and in the same distance, Bailey Ride would end up fourth in the women's race. Brian Augustine's long jump of 6 meters 91 on the first day of competition would set a new MSU record and place him 8th in the NSIC. The outdoor season will start up in the next 2 weeks with trips to Bismarck and Fargo in the forecast. Switching to the spring sports, Minot State baseball got the green light to play their first home games of the season this weekend with a few tweaks. First, the 4-game NSIC series with Minnesota Duluth has been moved up a day, with doubleheaders now being played on Friday and Saturday afternoons. The latest change deals with the venue. Although Corbett Field's turf surface can handle the rapid snow melt, not all of its playing surface is ready to go just yet. Instead, the games will be played at Raybon Field in Williston. The Beaver softball team enjoyed an extended spring break on the Space Coast of Florida. Over 12 contests at the annual spring games, Minot State would go an even 6-6. Highlights of the week-long competition included a 9th-inning walk-off by Jesse Henry and more dominance inside the circle by Katie Newberry. Newberry carries a 5-1 record and .95 ERA into this weekend's conference opener against St. Cloud State and Concordia St. Paul. Our Minot State Sports Update wouldn't be complete without the Papa John's Minot State Moment of the Week. For this one, we go back to the rink, where the Minot State women have just begun their quest for a national championship. In the opening game of pool play against Jamestown, Abby Tallman netted the overtime winner for the Beavers, setting up a win-in-advance game against Michigan Dearborn this afternoon. Results just came in before our show. It was a Minot State loss 2-1, which means they'll need Jamestown to take down Dearborn tomorrow in hopes of qualifying for the ACHA National Semifinals. That does it for today's Minot State Sports Update. I'm Owen Patterson. It's time to go now to a movie review.
Sadie and I watched. Accidentally, we subjected ourselves to what might be possibly the worst movie ever created. A movie called Shelby Oaks. If you haven't heard of it, that's no surprise. I had seen trailers for it at some point, and I was like, oh, that looks half decent. That looks like a found footage film. I'd be into that. I'd go see that in theaters. And then I ended up not. This movie, I can't say that word, angered me in ways that I cannot put into words. Number one, every single trailer that I saw for this movie had it be some kind of found footage film, like VHS I reviewed months ago at this point. I thought it was a found footage film, an FFF. Literally, only the first 10 minutes were found footage. And unfortunately for both Sadie and I, those 10 minutes were the most interesting parts of an hour and 42-minute movie. Do you know how boring this movie was? Sadie, she fell asleep 3 separate times. 3 separate times she fell asleep on the couch And then there'd be like a jump scare. She'd go, oh, what's going on? I sat there and I watched this movie. I cannot tell you the plot. I cannot tell you the story. I remember sitting through it more than I remember the movie itself. It's something about two sisters. One of them is like a paranormal investigator, and that one goes missing. And then the other sister, I think her name is Mia, not our wonderful Mia Thompson, but just some other random Mia, like goes on a quest to look for her. And they do kind of find her at some point. Like I don't know how they were jumped together. Maybe I fell asleep at some point. I don't remember. But they do end up finding this abandoned sister at some point. But it's just such a god-awful movie. What could have been literally maybe an hour, maybe 50 minutes, what could have been a short film just dragged. It dragged on. It went on for so much longer than it was supposed to. And you know what the worst part is? Is there were some very sketchy, bad CGI scenes when, I don't know what their budget was. They had Keith David as some warden of a prison. I guarantee you that if they had saved their money and got someone who was not Keith David, they could have saved a whole lot of money and made all these horrible CGI scenes look better. So my PSA for you this week is do not, for the life of you, watch Shelby Oaks, because it lies. It is a lying movie. The first 10 minutes is found footage, and then the next hour and 30 minutes is the most boring, average, nonsense movie slop you will ever see in your whole life. Do not watch Shelby Oaks.
Well, thank you, Jonathan, for that honest review and keeping us away from boring films like Shelby Oaks. Now, joining a club is not only a way to make friends, but a way to network and develop skills during your university career. Now, our guest today, she will tell us how her club helps the community and further develops that growth. I'm here with the president of the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association, Marley Rose. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I mentioned growth, and
Yes.
during your time as president, how do you feel that you've been able to develop some of your skills?
Yeah, I feel like this role has definitely allowed me to grow professionally in leadership and communication. I've had to take initiative on projects, collaborate with a team, and overall just grow my confidence in those kind of skills. So yeah, it's been great for that.
So one of the big parts of your organization is doing events and fundraisers. Is there one that you could recall during your time that has been challenging or memorable to you?
Yeah, so our organization each year has two committees. One is called Miles for Smiles, and then the other is a conference. And I was a part of that committee last year. It's 8 students who host and provide this professional development conference like for a whole day at Minot State. And you do everything from get the speaker and organize all the little details through the day. It was challenging with all the details, but super rewarding to, you know, meet the speaker and be a part of all of that.
Well, you mentioned Miles for Smiles, and I feel like that's one of your biggest fundraisers. So tell us where the money goes to and how do you plan for those events? You do have one coming on April 18th.
Yes, yeah. So Miles for Smiles is a walking fundraiser where you show up and walk, and all of the proceeds go to Operation Smile, which supports cleft lip and palate surgeries in underdeveloped countries. And last year we raised $7,000, which supports approximately like 28 surgeries. And it was, this year it's on April 18th at 10 a.m. in Oak Park. And it's $20 for adults and then $10 for students, and kids under 12 walk free.
Well, I have to say my personal favorite is the baking cells. I feel like those are a huge hit here on campus. So yeah, well, that's all the time we have, but thank you for the amazing job that you do. Now, guys, now that you know what the NSSLHA does, make sure that you support Miles for Smiles. They're also having an event on Starving Rooster on March 30th where you can go eat, and some of that money goes to Operation Smile. Now, Jasmine has suggested a new album for Sadie to cover, and she's going to tell us what she liked about that album. Take it away.
This might be the latest at night I've ever done an album review. It is currently exactly 10:56 p.m. the night before the show. I am so tired. Jonathan is tired, but here we are. Texas sun. Hey, what's up guys? My name's Sadie and welcome to Sadie's album review. Today we're going to be reviewing Texas Sun and Texas Moon by Leon Bridges. This album was highly requested by Jasmine and I'm finally giving it a listen, so here are my thoughts. I know I said last episode I was going to review The Mountain by Gorillaz, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I got a lot on my plate right now. That album has a lot of content to it, and it's going to take a lot more working on behind the scenes to make a very good in-depth album review on it. And I would like to, spend a little bit more time with it because it's a very good album. It's some of Gorillaz' best work. So that's going to be for a different day, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, Texas Sun and Texas Moon are sister albums, with Sun being released in 2020 and Moon released in 2022. So here are the bops and knots. So only 2 skips on this album. Both albums are incredibly short, with 4 songs on Sun and 5 songs on Moon. According to Leon Bridges, we set out to redefine the perception of Texas music, really blending our roots. This album is to feel like a perfect marriage of country, soul, and R&B. That actually sums up both albums perfectly. I could not describe it better myself. So let's get into the songs. Texas Sun, which is the album's self-titled track, is perfect for, a long car ride, cruising down the highway in the hot summer sun. 8 out of 10. Midnight, very peaceful. 7 out of 10. Seaside, not bad. I just wasn't vibing with this one as much as the other 2, but I do really like the guitar riff that's in the song. 6 out of 10. Conversion, great outro, such a vibe. I also really like the lyrics, so here are some of those. I was a prisoner living in my prison of ignorance, my mouth full of curses and bitterness. I was chained to my sin. I was lovin'. That's real. Now we have traveled to the Texas Moon album. As you can see here, look at this album art, guys. I'm telling you, these albums are perfect for driving. It's literally the aesthetic of driving down a road. Being so for real, I listened to both of these albums back to back while preparing for today's show, and it was amazing at keeping me productive. I usually can't find music that can do that to me without me being distracted by the music. So, already, solid album. Now for the songs. Doris, I feel like you can play this song while driving around Night City, and it would match perfectly. 8 out of 10. B-side, I like B-side more than C-side, but it's still kind of a skip for me. I apologize. 6 out of 10. Chocolate Hills. Honestly, this might be my favorite song from both albums. It's either that or Texas Sun. I can't choose. The guitar in the background of the song is amazing. 8 out of 10. Father, Father. I only wrote good as the quote for this song. I didn't have anything else to say. 7 out of 10. And Mariella. Another solid outro. I love it. 8 out of 10. That's all I got for this episode of Album Review, so please let me know what album I should review next week. Should I review The Romantic by Bruno Mars or Deadline by Blackpink? That is all.
Welcome back. Sadie, thank you for that amazing, amazing album review. Now, am I biased? I'd have to say so. I personally enjoy those albums. But Ariana, what was your favorite part of today's episode?
Well, we've had a lot going on today. I liked Mia's review of those very questionable meals. And I also liked Jonathan's very honest review.
I was going to say, he talked about, I'm still stuck on the $13. Still stuck on it. That is a lot of money for an unfortunately not so enjoyable film. Now, unlike last week, we will be back this upcoming Thursday bringing you more Inside Out information. Ariana?
Make sure you're tuned. Come back and we'll have more interesting stuff going on campus for you.
We'll see you guys next week. Roll Beefs.